Hello YouTube, I'm your Huckleberry and holy cow. This is a buck hoodlum. This is a knife that's special in a couple of ways. One, my friend Rob, Random Rob on YouTube, sent this in. He's a really nice guy and has allowed me some time with this knife. I will link to his channel down below, so check him out. He does have a few knife videos, but he's mainly a watch guy. So if you're into watches, he is an excellent resource for watch information, reviews and overviews, and he does a lot of watch modding, which is really cool, modifying different watches. So give him a look if you like watches. And so he sent this in for me to check out and has graciously allowed me some time with it. And so this is a knife that is special in a few ways. One, this marks the first fixed blade that I've ever, I don't really want to call this a review. This is probably going to be more of an overview than a review, just because, I don't know, I can give you my opinion and stuff on fixed blade, but I don't use fixed blades a ton. I just don't have a lot of use. I don't get to go out and get in the outdoors and camp and hike and stuff like I would, just because of work and where I live and things like that. But I did spend some time with this knife. I did do some chopping, and I did some, this is a fun knife, I gotta tell you guys. It's fun just to have a big old machete fixed blade sometimes, just to hack some things up. And this marks definitely the biggest knife that I have ever reviewed. So speaking of a big knife, let's get into some specs. We're looking at 15.5 inches in overall length with a astounding 10-inch blade. I mean, we're getting into sword territory, short sword territory here. The thickness is going to be 0.23, which I believe this is the thickest knife I've ever reviewed, but that's what you want with a big outdoors chopper like this that's built for use and abuse. So 0.23 in thickness. This is 5160 carbon steel and a drop point with a flat grind. Carbon steel is a tool steel. It is a very good steel for the applications such as this, because you can get it sharp. You can get it sharp, and it's going to retain its edge pretty well. Rob sharpened this up before he sent it my way, and he did an excellent job because it came very sharp to me. So, I really like this knife. We do have. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to fit all this thing in the camera view at all times, but it does have micarta scales, which are very nice. They feel very nice in hand. Micarta is a good material because the more it wears, the better it feels, and it just kind of forms and fits in your hand real nicely. So micarta, and it's a comfortable material as well. Got a little bit of texturing on there. Kind of feels like linen. It's got like a linen texture to it. So it provides for good grip, which is what you want. Like I said, if you're hacking on something there, hacking on some wood or something like that, you want a good grip that's not going to slip, and micarta is definitely going to do that. So that's great. That's a good handle choice material there. The weight, I'm not going to put this on the AccuWeight scale, but I did get it weighed, and it weighs in at about 14.6 ounces. Is what this guy weighs in at. So it's a heavy guy. It's a heavy guy. Okay, let's do some size comparisons here. Let's do our Spyderco sandwich. This is ridiculous. Where's my par 3? There it is. Found my par 3. So there you go. It's huge, as you can see there. Let's put it up against, let me see, what do I have here? How about my Hinder XM18 3.5 inch? So we got a 10-inch blade and a 3.5 inch blade. So there you go. The Hinder XM18, especially the 3.5 inch model, is considered probably by most as a larger pocket knife. And so that gives you an idea of how big and bad this guy is. And let's look at it against, okay, how about this? How about the ProTech CQC7 there. Another an Emerson design there. So there you go. And it's just a big honking knife. All right. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this bad boy. So the applications for this, I think, is probably it's gonna be an outdoor woods camping type knife. If you're someone who likes to go out camping, this is going to be a good knife for you, because it's going to be a good chopper. You got all that weight forward, which is exactly what you want in a chopper. So you can chop through some brush. You can baton through some firewood, perhaps. You can sit there and get you a piece of wood there and baton through that. And so this is going to be kind of a camping outdoors knife. If you're out and you're camping outdoors in the wild, sometimes you're going to come across perhaps some wildlife there, and God forbid you might you might need this to perhaps defend yourself, and so you'll have that. So this is a USA made knife, as it says right there, USA, a USA made buck, which is always nice. I love to support buy knives that were made in the good old US of A, which is where I'm from. This is a Ron Hood design. Another good thing is, like I said, I kind of already got into this, but the steel. The steel's a good steel. Now, 5160 will, you have to maintain it. It will rust on you if you don't maintain it. So oiling it up. Now this comes, as you can see, it's got a coating on it, which is good for a tool steel like this that will patina and rust on you. It's good to have that coating. But even still, when you got this exposed edge here, it'd probably be good to, put a little, EDCI on it or whatever your oil of choice is, and keep it oiled up. And as you can see, that will wear off, this coating. As you can see, there's kind of an exposed part there. Some people even strip it off. They don't like the coating and they want to strip it off. And if you stripped it, you would definitely need to maintain that blade with your, oil of choice. I like this little groove on top of the blade. It's good for the application that I found it when I was kind of reading up on this knife. It said, you can use that for to put if you have a pot boiling over a campfire, so you are boiling some water or cooking something, a pot in a pot, a stew or something like that. You're cooking something up there, and you got it over the campfire. You can use this and put that handle there that's going to be there in that little notch and pull it back, off of the fire, or put it on the fire with that little notch, so that you're not, getting right over the fire. And so, I was like, wow, that's really useful. That's well thought out. That's a well thought out design. You can also use this for stripping wire or bending wire or something like that. You can also use that little notch there for that. But, I think the pot holder thing was kind of the most interesting and most useful use, if I can say that. So that's good. The ergonomics and fit and finish are real. This is comfortable in hand with that micarta, and that micarta is well finished. You can see there, it is well rounded. It is, the way that I always kind of judge, on a knife like this, when you got these materials meeting here, is if you can run your finger across it and it feels smooth and like one piece, and this does. That is well finished and well fitted right there. And so, because I can just run my finger across that and it just feels like one piece. And it's that way pretty much all the way around. You got a little bit of a lip there in the finger groove, but that's about it. And it melts in my hand. I have extra large hands, and as you can see there, that feels good. It's comfortable, which you really need this to be comfortable, because this is a hard use knife and you're swinging this guy around and chopping things up and things of that nature. It needs to be comfortable, and this is comfortable. It's got another finger groove here in case you're doing some whittling or something like that with this guy. You got that for some extra control, that big old nice finger groove there. And my finger is in, zero danger of slipping up on there because it is definitely deep enough to work very well. And so that's all good. Like that. These micarta scales can be removed with just a flathead screwdriver. As you can see there, you can just unscrew that, and you can take these off, and you can wash it up. You can clean it, whatever you need to do. You can also then, I didn't actually take these off, but I read once you take these off, you can tie this blade onto the end of a long stick or something like that, and then you kind of got a spear going on. Do some spear fishing or something like that. So that's just another use. This right here, it can also be used as a hammer. It's wide enough there that you can use that as a hammer. You got a nice big pommel there, and you got a nice big lanyard hole there as well. You can, a lot of times if you're going to be using this for a lot of chopping, what you might do is get you a lanyard on there that you can put around your wrist, slip your wrist into, so in case you're doing some chopping, your hands get really sweaty and tired, and your grip slips, it's not going to go flying somewhere. It's going to be, you can attach it to your wrist, which would be a good idea. Just a couple of cons here. Again, the steel you're going to have to maintain, so just be aware of that. That's not so much a con, it's just be aware that you're going to have to maintain the steel. The second thing was the sheath. This guy here, I don't know. I didn't care so much for the sheath. The knife doesn't really feel like it gets down in there. It doesn't like click into place or anything, which I don't like. The retention's not great on this sheath. And now you're going to be carrying it, on your belt or something, tipped down. Like that there. Yeah, that's probably hard to see on camera because I just can't get the camera far enough back. But, and you got a little spot here for, some tinder maybe, fire starter, or, just whatever you want to put there. You got a little pouch there, which is good. But I don't know, the sheath overall just didn't impress me so much. If this was something that I was going to keep and use quite a bit, I'd probably get me a nice Kydex sheath made for it if it were me. But anyway, so that's really the only con, is that I did not care for the sheath. This comes in at $175. They're a little bit hard to find, I believe, because I don't believe that, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, I don't believe Buck makes this one anymore. So they're $175, if you can find them, or, whatever secondary market prices are going to be on this guy, because I don't believe Buck's making this anymore. But man, it's a good knife, and I like this knife a lot. And I want to thank Random Rob for sending this in to me. Be sure to check out his channel if you like watches, or if you're curious about watches. He's really good because he's good at being able to simplify things, talk in a way that's even if you're a new watch person, the way that he explains things and talks about things, it's very easy to follow and understand. And so he's really good at that. And so he's a good guy to follow if you're into watches or watch curious, maybe you want to look into watches. He's a good one to follow. And I will link to his page down below. Be sure to give him a follow. All right, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please do hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell so that you're notified every time that I release a new video. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you loved or hated this video. Write down in the comments below. I love to interact with you guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Goodbye.